Discover Cowrie Shell Divination, ancient wisdom at your fingertips. You set the shells, I decode your answers, love, career, and more. We've got the guidance you seek. Tap into shamanic roots, uncover your inner energy, chase your dreams, learn from the wisdom of tribal mystics, bridging the gap to your potential. Supercharge your experience with us. Book now at tonyad.tv for self-discovery, and I will see you on the other side. Ashe. Inshallah and Ashe. Missing my dreads? I sure am. It's a mystical, magical Monday. Divine Wheels blessings to you and for you. I am the Tonya D, your go-to holistic shaman medium, otherworldly life coach, and a reflector by design, a seer of the unseen, blessed by death. Loving the goddess of the night, I must say. So what is your next thought, your ASK-Firmation? And if you have yet to subscribe to my show, my channel here on YouTube, please do, and go ahead and ring that bell. And if you'd like to join my live online coven to spill the tea, spirit, the Spiritual Hall of Fame, subscribe to my musing news at tonyad.tv to sip some cosmic brew, cosmic insights, the third Friday of each and every month, coming to an online theater through Zoom. But welcome to the full Beaver moon in Gemini. I'm loving my moon rituals, at least. I don't know if you've tuned in, but this one was pretty perfect. I just want to say that. Sacred swirls of reclaiming our gift, our purpose, the divine pour. Cultivating optimistic thoughts, positive ASK-Firmations, and visualizing the outcome for the highest and the greatest good. As life appears to be throwing us some curveballs, it's time to upcycle our communication. Be an inner voice wordsmith, that inner wording, scripting, scrubbing, elevating words, freeing ourselves from a word prison cell. So it's like doing a sound check, inducing words that are of a more loving nature, a more nurturing nature, loving to our inner self, so that we may break bread, if you will, create community, which is actually fantastic. Because next year in the Dagara is a year of storytelling community, the village. So I'm hoping that we all start coming together, not be so separate. But welcome to the weekly snippet, which used to be the daily. And if you're new to my channel, my show, I talk about the cosmic insights, the planets, the elementals of the galaxy doing their cosmic dance. I do follow the moon by design, the lunar energies as a reflector, not just through the seasons, but also through the gates. And I truly believe we all have intuitive gifts. So if you're feeling the call to navigate yours, take my Change Your Stars quiz to really find out your intuitive gift order, your psychic ability. It's actually kind of fun, just saying. And the 4 pillars of destiny, the elementals of the day, the pathways. I actually use the 4 pillars of Chinese astrology for healing. I call them the elementals. That's just what it is. The pathways. And as a reflector, I'm always asking myself, I'm very hyper aware of environments, entanglements. I started seeing like mesh energy markers in auric fields recently. But I pay attention to people, places, and things, and asking myself if I'm in the right time, the right place, the right people, all the things, scrubbing the cosmic highway. Or what am I seeing sometimes that nobody else can see? Or what am I sensing? And what's the movement I'm creating within the solution? And vice versa, duality. But the key is always truly trusting our intuition. Take my quiz, Change Your Stars. And if you are curious about your intuitive gifts, I do have other offerings. Some of them may just be otherworldly. In Uncover Secrets of the Other World, I actually talk about my experience as my near-death experience, life and death, cleansing those cobwebs. But the out-of-body energetic centers, the 5 I work with a 12 energy system. They do light up a different corridor for us, and they do come online at different stages in time-space, cleansing our auric field. I tend to work more with the etheric body, the etheric highway, the etheric mirror. I do prefer to journal with the moon through the seasons and the gates. I kind of do both, musing with the moon. Loving the Sagittarius Sacred Spirit Circle, I see. Going through a breakdown in our thoughts, intellectualizing them, stirring the cosmic pop, removing what no longer belongs in that soup. the cosmic revelry, I guess it feels like, just really authenticating spirit. This is a year of authenticity. So it's like authenticating our beliefs through words. So you may find yourself connecting with your higher self, your spirit body, your Sira, what you look like on the other side, that body, bringing in spirit, bring in the Holy Grail, the Holy Spirit, or whatever you want to call it. So as we're navigating these pathways, kind of doing a vital course correction, spirit, call in your source connection, whatever that is for you. Great spirit, doesn't really matter. It's like the singers of the realm. They really don't care what we call them as long as we call upon them. And I feel like we kind of got to be doing this wishing well, wishing tree. But it's time to authenticate our heartfelt beliefs and flick away anything that is no longer belonging. We can't believe it. Anyway, I'm sticking with believing in the miraculous, the miracle. Life may throw us a curveball. Our divine connection is really the operator, the cosmic operator that we should dial in upon, like call on the rotary phone, make that call, really invoking and channeling spirit and reclaiming that connection, that divine connection. Meditation. Sometimes I find it's a challenge to kind of wrap my mind around a belief. You may too. Sometimes what I believe is super curious. It's like swipe left, swipe right. You may come to see that. You have that ability as well to really believe in the dream, the inner voice that needs that next thought, even if it's one that possibly seems a little out of this world, a little more radical. It's time to switch that subscription channel and really allow our divine heart, our God spot, to take the lead. It's like Fruit Loops in a way, but your heart knows. It has a new way of intellectualizing and speaking to ourselves, that inner voice, one that is actually in alignment. You know, I have a hard time accepting compliments, but it's like that. It's going to balance the dream, like it's the ingredient that's necessary, streaming in. Streams or rays of love through the heart, cleansing out all the toxic debris, and really invoking words that are in heart and divine alignment. The book of life. My message for the month of November, because I draw cards the first of each year for each month, it's actually the fairy guide, and it's about me scripting my own story, drawing my own fairy, the angels. But listen to the moon meditation and please do the ritual. It was actually really fun. You might just listen to me. I don't know. But be loving, be encouraging, be optimistic, be otherworldly. I truly do believe in the miraculous, the miracles, the divine pour. Love ultimately is the key to stream the power of love. It's like getting a super juice of nectar from the Great Spirit. That's kind of what I'm inducting into my spiritual streams. Just a few announcements on the menu on this mystical Monday. The Beaver full moon meditation and ritual is, of course, on the highway here on YouTube. Grateful that you have actually taken my views over the rainbow, the cosmic bliss. My weekly podcast episodes are now available on Audible, which was super fun to find out. This week's guest is my girl, Raya. She is fantastic. She is a mystical, magical, tarot shamanistic healer, light language. You can tune into her on YouTube or on my website, tonyad.tv. But she's kind of like a light language connoisseur. So go ahead and tune into that episode. It's angelic language. Light language is like divine intervention. When I came back from my near-death experience, I actually was speaking in light language and changing people's names into an angelic script, if you will. So that was super intense. I still do it. I just kind of keep it to myself. I kind of call them in before I do a divination, if you've had a cowrie shell divination with me. But you can tune in. Musing with Tonya D. Google that. Season of the Witches. Tune in on YouTube, my website, Audible. You've got options. Either way, great interview. I just want to say that out loud. And cowrie shell divination. So I was actually blessed with being a protege of Elder Malidoma Somé. So I do offer one-on-one support sessions. I do ritual as prescription medicine. It's like taking your dose from spirit and realigning that connection. I do one-on-ones, but I also have packages if you need like quarterly, I should say, just really connecting you to your magic, your medicine through ritual. So if your soul is at a crossroads, I do them in person, but I also do them through Zoom online. Just come with come with an open heart, and I'll be sure to share some insight there. Yeah, so through Zoom, I do record them through Zoom, so you can actually keep that. You could also browse the musing corridor. I do have some great opportunities there if you're needing some otherworldly guidance. And truly, I do believe we're all stars on a spiritual walk of fame. It's time to be the star that we all uniquely are. I'm totally vibing into that. And let's see, I brought in the hour today because we've got this fantastic full moon, bringing in the hour for the moon, the Beaver full moon. I brought in for the ritual as well. But yin, earth, ox of a day. Oxen plow through things. They're hardworking. A yin water pig month and a yin water rabbit year. So it's about producing. We're still producing. And the ox is a friend. The ox, because there's two of them, they're actually supporting our day, the energy of our day. So it's like we got a village, literally. And remember, Earth is, of all the elements, it's a transitional element. It's always in transition. So just as an Earth person starts to feel stable, the seasons change, the tides change. So we do have support for our day, but the Earth is cold. It's also dry. And the hour of the rat, that's when we're going to have a water direction. The pig, the rat, and the ox, that's a water direction. And actually, the pig is actually part of the nature trine. I just want to say that. The pig, the rabbit, and then the goat. So if you've got the goat somewhere on your 4 pillars chart, that's going to be nature energy, which would be power, actually. Power for this day. But me going off on a tangent. But water. Having a water direction to an earth day, that's wealth. So wealth is coming towards us unexpectedly. This could be a Christmas bonus, inheritance, tax relief, like something that we didn't see. It's like literally a gratitude blessing jar. I'm not even freaking kidding. During the hour of the tiger, we may have a giddy kind of insightful little energy. So if you have a tiger on or in your chart, I've got a tiger on my Daymaster. I'm a Youngwood tiger person. So I'm kind of feeling giddy all month. It's kind of strange, but that also makes kind of sense. But most of us, this is going on inside of us. Yin energy is our inner world. It's those inner meridians. And we only have yang water and the yang wood in the pig. So nature to an earth day is our power. So this is an innovative leader, innovative construction, doing something radical, someone of power, someone's hidden with their power. They're keeping it kind of locked away. But yang wood is a tree. It's a very wise tree, and it's lost its leaves. We're in the winter months, so it's naked. It's getting a new winter wardrobe, basically. And the yin metal and storage, that's our creativity. It's like what we do. Something is kind of brewing under the earth there. We're getting like these percolations of creativity within ourselves, ideas possibly. But with all of these elements, I'm going with candle. If you listen to the ritual, candles are great for smudging, using incense, which is air and fire, or metal, divine, inspirited reflection, like really speaking out, invoking to the other world. Whatever that is for you, be sure to tune into the ritual. There's 12 swirls you're going to do counterclockwise over smoke. You can just listen to me on there and do your thing. But whatever that is for you. But really, ASK-Firmations. Ask for the affirmation. Ask for the sign, the sigil. Every little thing is going to be all right. Don't worry about a thing. I'm singing that every day for a different frequency, energy, vibration. But fire, though. Stir those inner fires. And I would say also metal or mineral. That's going to be the air. And allow your courage, metal, to really come out. Be courageous. Be a conqueror of all the things. So with the moon in Gemini, the mind is a tool. It's a very complex tool sometimes. So it's time to use this metal energy and set the stage, make a plan, create goals, insights. You may even see results sooner than you may have thought, but don't focus on them. Just kind of write down your intentions and allow them to go, kind of re-script them from the new moon. That's kind of what I do. But a success is brewing. It's life affirming. It's promising new energy. It's really about the baby steps. And the messages for the week, I actually brought in from the ritual, kind of highly immersed in ritual. I am using Sacred Creators. These are wordsmithings, basically. But today, on this Beaver full moon, let's get that card going. The sacred flow of yes. I love that. Yes, and what else? The universe is telling us yes. And the 30, I don't know if you can see the number at the bottom of the card there. It's like trusting what your spirit believes and trusting in a new belief. It might just be out of this world. The power of spirit, writing your own script, the book of life. Again, go back to my ritual. This is movement. Things are falling into place effortlessly, I might add. It's a positive insight, validation. It's validating. It's having support. Just knowing the universe is looking out for us. It's like the God channel, sparking the divine. No means new opportunities, or yes, but not yet. So it's the energy of luck, being in luck, calling in the luck, happy, optimistic. It's this vibrant, positive energy. It's like how the haves win the pot and the have-nots create a barrier, create lack, right? So this is the stream of divine energy. It's an energy of being in the flow, the sacred flow of yes and what else. Being exactly where we're meant to be. And then knowing that you are on the right wave. You are riding the emotional waves, being in the right energy, vibration, frequency. Everything just aligns. It's in synchronicity. So everything is flowing to our lap. It's flowing easily, comfortably. So say yes to the new, yes to the best, yes to it all. It's time to flow and act like water. Go with the water, flowing around any challenges or issues that you may be facing. And going with the flow is the path to prosperity and those healing waters. It's the path of least resistance. And the universe has a huge sacred flow flowing for us. So there's this huge yes and what else? If you could let go of one thing, just one thing that would really make your life easier, what would that one thing be? That's kind of what the message is here. So yeah, pick your intention list. I would probably hone in on one of those intentions to be heartfelt. And then on Terrific Tuesday, gratitude. We have gratitude again. I love it. The 37. So this is a belief, believing in spirit, or believing in spirit, sacred space, streaming divine love some more. It's authentic gratitude, heartfelt, just being grateful for life, entering a new skill set, something new to manifest, time to witness the miraculous, miracles, abundance, prosperity, things that you wouldn't have thought coming. It's like the ascension of a new mindset. Often we live in a post, right? The secret world kind of spinning and overlapping. And over the last probably decade or longer, it's always gratitude, positive thinking. It's the unlimited, endless possibilities, having the right mindset. And I do believe in magic. I do believe in miracles. Some would say I see life through rose-colored glasses, where somebody else might see nothing but the glass half empty or glass half full, whatever. But this is a blessing bowl to really be grateful, to be in your authentic gratitude and having it on repeat, being thankful, grateful. Authentic gratitude is a mindset shifter. It's a secret sauce in our toolkit. Even just engaging and being thankful kind of elevates our perspective and seeing all the sacred symbols. Gratitude grows in strength when we are in a high vibrational spirit, accessing it. We just got to access it. So each and every time it creates a spiral, a wishing well, a wishing tree, sacred geometry. So it's telling us to call in the abundance, bringing it into our lives, being grateful for what we already have. And it's just part of the medicine. Ritual is medicine. And a gratitude journal, a blessing bowl. I got one on my desk here. So really start with 5 things or one. I talk about that again in the ritual. But each day counting them. Yeah, I'm hanging on to that. And then Wizardry Wednesday. What do we got on the Wizard's Day? We've got raw intention, the 22. Listen to your feelings. And when one feeling meets another feeling, you may experience an otherworldly, out of this world moment. It reminds me of the spheres. So pay attention to what you're feeling. What is the feeling trying to communicate if the feeling could speak? Bring our intentions to life. This is the raw, wild power. It could be radical love, a divine intervention, that miracle. Even channeling messages from source and allowing source, the divine to really intervene. Don't worry about a thing. Every little thing's going to be more than all right. So what are those little wild, unkept intentions that you're calling out into your life? Like, what is that sense? What does that feel like? What needs to be heard? It reminds me of the Fae speaking in their language. Can you work with them and be mindful? Can you build the life of your dreams? One way to channel raw intentions is through automatic writing, telepathy, ASK-Firmations. Ask your questions out into the universe and sit with an open mind, a blank sheet of paper, have a curious heart, question everything, and allow the messages to flow from your unconscious mind, flowing onto the page, painting, drawing, scribbling, scribing, doodling. I like to doodle. I always do flowers, but just write and imagine the shift happening because you're going to witness it. So intentions could be radical, they could be raw, they could be so not of this world, they could be refined, perfected. You could do a vision board, a resume, a marketing agenda. I don't know, Black Friday came to mind, but always having a tinge of layers, and layers of our own perspective is kind of what happens. So when intentions are raw, pure, wild, unrefined, they become more authentic. So it's the mother who lifts the car with her bare hands to save a child. It's that kind of, oh my goddess energy. Why? Because raw power, raw potential doesn't ask questions. It just acts. It just does. So it is. So by virtue, we have this wild nature within us. It's magic inside of us. So often we spend time filtering this power to kind of fit in places that sometimes we just don't belong, as a way to be with others who want us to be a certain way. So it's time to unleash our authenticity, those pure intentions, and radiate the magic that moves those mountains and allow radical change, spontaneity, divine love to really be what streams and guide you. It's like a vision keeper is kind of what I'm seeing. So pay attention to the whimsical, magical, otherworldly, the signs, the unseen. You might just see a fae. There was a lady actually I saw. She'd seen a fairy or a gnome when she was younger. But just notice your emotions, be with them, even the not so fantastic ones, anger, sadness, grief, fear. Just be with them, hear them, notice them, and really ask them why they have arrived. Like, what's the memo? What's the message? And they're likely going to point to a much deeper seed, a need that sounds more like, I am loved, I am seen, I am accepted, I am safe, I am virtual. So you may need to kind of remind yourself that you are all of those things and so much more, and draw your power, your automatic writing, like streaming that in from there. Give yourself a meditative space. You may want to do that with this new moon. I'm not going to kid. I mean, this ritual I did, it was fantastic. Obviously, I'm still beaming. Okay, on Tantalizing Thursday, I almost said fantastic, but Tantalizing Thursday, prosperity sisters are happiness and joy. Look at that. So the 36, this is like opening up our heart to a new way of believing and taking action upon an incentive. This is like believing your manifestation's already arrived, whatever that looks like, and finding joy within community. Time to smell the daisies or the roses, and I'm loving the sacred geometry on this as well. Circles and triangles, so we've got creativity and sacred space, just saying. So this is also about putting humanity, society above profit, by the way, sacred space. The little things, the baby steps. So it's really time to find our village, our community, our support system, our tribe, like-minded explorers, navigators, and just coming face to face, interacting with souls that truly make us a better, higher vibrational person, with people who really help us to share our gift, our purpose, our magic, our medicine. Finding a community of cheerleaders like Dolly Parton, right? Wasn't that fantastic? Cheerleaders that really lift us up and launch us out into the world to shine our light brighter than it ever has before. The time, it's like now, like in the now, to shine bright and just double up on our exposure to other people's excitement, positivity. Like, get on that wave, either online, schedule a one-on-one, get a divination, or in person. wherever you're at, this will only kind of magnify our results. So, it's like, are we underestimating our connection on this journey to source energy? Do we do it for just the experiment of it, or do we use our mind and take logic out of the equation? Or are we just doing it for the sheer pleasure, the joy molecules of just being with high vibrational people? I'm telling you, I'm looking for my tribe. But go deeper, deeper with others, and kind of risk breaking the shell, cracking wide open, just allowing some of our own hidden brilliance to kind of escape out. True prosperity, that's joy, love, health, wealth. You decide, go ahead and add your own non-negotiable there. Like, I've got my inner peace one, but it's time to stay rooted in happiness within community and joy while we take steps to build our dreams. So it's like chasing after an ambulance of wealth or financial success without really paying so much attention to the village, or how can you let go of any success or shame that you may be feeling, or how can you remember that it's totally fantastic, it's totally okay to be exactly where you are right now financially. So happiness and the joy molecules are the keys to bringing our dream to life. So adding those ingredients to whatever it is you're choreographing to manifest, bring it to the stage. Where can you add more of them into your day? How can you move your focus from what you don't have in order to focus on what you already do have? And then some. Yes, and what else? No means new opportunities. So we've got options. I love options, right? I'm a Gemini. Let's go there. And on Fantastic Friday, we've got Nourish, the Sacred Feminine, the 18, which is an action number, just like the last one. I don't know if you can see these numbers, but this is really saying it's time to take action, to initiate something, to produce something, but in alignment with our divine heart. This is our yin energy, just like our day, inner knowing, the unconscious mind, listening to our intuition, take my quiz, showing unconditional love, could be fertility, like the rabbits producing, having prophetic dreams. It's the rhythm of our breath, that circadian in breath, out breath. It's also the phases of the moon, right? Yin energy, wisdom, tradition, it's co-creation, creating, it's water, right? Nurturing, teaching, even healing, ancient wisdom of healing, Africa, using our emotions as our guide, our beacon. But now's the time to go deep, go inter world, introspecting yourself as we wait for like an idea to grow or culminate. It's like we've already planted the seeds, but sometimes divine timing requires a period of rest and relaxation as the process of culmination, like it becomes ripe, the ripening, right? We're going inward. The moon is kind of asking us to open up, to receive, to reflect, to pause, take a breath, and really collapse into that waiting period. So it's kind of like the waning crescent that kind of casts the light, that lit moonlight glow over the landscape of our life. It's like a treasury, lighting up our path, but only dimly, because she's hoping that we're going to listen for those subtle energies, those subtle signs, the whispering of the wisdom that's all around us. It's time to look directly into those shadows, the ghost in the darkness. Maybe you've got a lingering wound that may continue to affect a current knowing or understanding. Just remember that in the dark, it's easy to blow fear, illusion, big and out of proportion. So don't strain to really look for that or search for that. Something that you can't see now. Instead, focus on your inner knowing, your solar plexus, that guiding light, on what you can see, and allow your intuitive nudges, along with any feelings that are persistent, right, glowing, to really help you translate your gentle inner illumination. And just knowing that ultimately the trust needs to come from within ourselves, trusting ourselves, loving ourselves. So asking yourself, what does sacred feminine actually mean to you? We've all got a feminine side, male or female. Do you have other ways of naming this energy? Kind of seeing the dragon ley lines, my friend? Or how do you nourish this receptive, intuitive state. It's really listening to our intuition, our feelings, right? You tend to favor a strategy, or do you percolate with your intuition? And then how do you decide which one? So for an affirmation, as we're moving towards the end of this 2023 year, I would do some automatic writing, create a dream script that really resonates with your soul, your heart, and your spirit, and really add feeling intention to it. Again, I would probably watch my ritual for the Gemini full Beaver moon. It was so fantastic. But with that, I say Ashe as always, and I will see you on the other side. And for now, here's a fantastic little snippet from Rhea. Ashe.
The blossom, and this is activating certain genetic potentials in our reservoir of genetics that we can pull from. And from some of the ancestor work I've done personally, I would go often into my Hall of Ancestors and Non-Ordinary Reality to consult there and to see who's there. And I found Fae beings in my genetic ancestry. So that was really interesting, and tuning into that. When we did, there was a time when we worked and there's no barrier. We were on a similar dimensional location with the Fae beings. And I feel like in some ways the movie, like The Hobbit, The Lord of the Rings, like that kind of pulls into, like they kind of show with the orcs, it's like industrialization, and like when we moved out of our villages into cities, and you know what I mean? It shows the whole story if we look at it from a different perspective there. The colonization of Europe brought in huge trauma, and it pushed a member of our family, which I feel the Fae are part of our extended family, into other realms, and it cut off different aspects of ourselves.